Peace and love to you all. Thanks for being here live. I can hear the birds scratching outside. If they're too loud, let me know. Thanks for being here as they're watching us being recorded afterwards. What am I even saying? For watching, being here present over recording, because the divine energy shares whether you're here live or whether you're here later. It's the way the whole thing works. Hey, Basilia, good morning. Thanks for liking and subscribing too. So I've been thinking, like Kristen has been thinking about the withdrawal from the world's spiritual life and withdrawal from the world. Hey, living for joy. I live here in the birds. Well, I live in a rural place because I withdrew from the world, but only in part. I withdrew from the city life. I didn't withdraw from community life. In the spiritual life, Henry Nouwen, a 20th century mystic, teacher, scholar, I went to Yale to study with him, but he moved off on to Harvard by the time I got there. But I read a lot of his books, and maybe you've come across one of Henry Nouwen's books, The Wounded Healer, in which he says something like, those who heal best are those who have been wounded by the same ailment. So people who work in domestic violence are much better at helping people who are going through domestic violence, for instance. Hi, Wanda. Oh, your drought's finally broken. I'm glad to hear that, Judith. So back to where we are here. The spiritual life does not remove us from the world, but draws us deeper into it. A genuine spirituality doesn't remove us from the world. It helps us enter it. It doesn't help us escape reality or turn our backs or cause us to withdraw from daily life. Instead, the opposite happens. A deep and authentic spiritual life draws us into a more engaged, empathetic, and present way of living. Authentic spirituality, it deepens our engagement with the challenges and the beauty of life, rather than detaching us from them. And there's this whole idea that contemplatives, mystics withdraw from the world. I'll turn down those cars outside a little bit there. It's this whole idea that mystics withdraw from the world, and we do in a sense because of the empathy that happens with us. We're permeable to the feelings and thoughts of other people. And there was this period of time after my first NDE where I didn't know where I began and where the other people ended, or I didn't know where I ended and the other people began. It was very confusing. And so stepping away from society, stepping into nature, the birds outside there, was helpful to me. But it didn't stop me from engaging in community life. It didn't withdraw me from society so much as withdraw me into myself. And it was this deeper, profound spiritual path that brought me into the work that I did when I was a minister. It engaged me in the real aspects of people's lives. And that's really, I think, what the difference is. It's not so much that, I withdrew from any sort of things that were less important, things that didn't matter so much, things that were more superficial. But it deeply engaged me in the things that were real in people's lives, the things that mattered in people's lives. And that's how I feel that it still is for me. The deeper I go in my interior world, the more real I want to be in the exterior world. The more I want to connect authentically with people and the challenges that they face. And it's not easy. It is not easy. But it also has this other aspect. The deeper I go inside myself, the deeper I engage in the beauty of the world. And that's the birds, hence the birds in my ears every day. There's such a sweet sound. So Henry Nouwen, he could have, at the end of his life, he went off. I'm going to make sure I get the quote right. At the end of his life, he went off to a monastery. He did, as far as I know. But for most of his life, he was deeply engaged in the real world. And most mystics are in the real world. Most of us, a huge number of us, the majority. Few are in monasteries. The spiritual life doesn't remove us from the world, but draws us deeper into our lived experience, deeper into being present where we are, with whom we are with. It's a powerful, powerful way of living. I read this morning, Zen is the art of not thinking where you are, being present where you are. You can do Zen anywhere. You can be in the presence of the divine anywhere and everywhere. And the deeper one goes, the more the connection is forged this way and this way, outwardly. It's just part of the same flow. I hope that helps. Thanks for listening this morning. I will turn down the birds reluctantly, only because, oh my God, they're so sweet. But I will turn them down so that we don't get any cars going by into the studio here. Put them way down low. And I'll remember today to move my mic away so you don't have to listen to my breathing. I tend to do a lot of pranayama with you guys now, rather than just the quiet centering prayer practice. But let's begin with that. Feet flat on the floor. I stretch out a little bit. I like to loosen up my shoulders, kind of loosen up my tight neck, shake it out a little bit. Feet flat on the floor, hands overlapping on my lap, thumbs touching, fingers overlapping. Going to begin today just with a relaxation. On the exhale, relaxing the muscles that you can feel that are tense. Breathing into my feet. Relaxing my muscles in my legs. My butt, my back. Relax your shoulders, your face. Practice any kind of meditation that you're used to. Maybe use some of the tools that we learned yesterday in our Kriya group. I'm going to begin by breathing into my heart chakra. Stay there for a while. Chant. Use your image with your breath and your body to bring you back to center when your mind wanders. Slow, easy breaths.